Hello and welcome to this backwards compatible comics review. Today we're going to be looking at Rad. This is a digital comic by Josh Wilkie and Ivan Limberger and quite a few other people, as you can see from this list of names. Now, what's great about this is it's published on the Madefire platform. So Madefire you can access via your PC, or thankfully, because it is a flash-based thing, you can also access it on your Androids and devices, which is quite handy. So it means that it's a great little ability for all to enjoy the content. Now, this particular comic is about a genetically altered, engineered, whichever way you want to use it, dolphin. It's quite a nice opening. This is the first issue, and it spends quite a lot of time both in the present and in the past. And as you can see there's the evil looking sinister people. Now this preview is actually a video. It's the whole of the first issue and it's in a video sense. It works quite well in this sort of format, but obviously when you're reading it, sorry, not playing, but when you're reading it on the actual Madefire platform, you do just click next page and stuff like that. On our site we do have a preview of this issue as well, so if you'd like to know a bit more about what Madefire is like, either go to the Madefire site or please don't hesitate to come to us and take a look. So I'm a fan of digital media. I used to have the Motion Comics app on my PSP. It goes back that way, but I love the way that different developers can take a medium like the digital comics and stamp their own self into it, make their own mark and make it a bit different. Some of the digital comics you do get where you have just the panels slide in and out, the word balloons pop it, all the rest of it. But if you look at this one, and Rad does it very, very well, it also changes the pictures as you're reading. As you can see there, fish are swimming along. Now that's an unusual thing to happen, but again it just gives you that sense that they're trying to do that little bit something different. Now it's not going to work for every comic, and I'm not going to say it is. I do find that it's very good for splashes. I really enjoy it for horror. There's something about slight little bits of horror comics where having that little bit of motion, that little bit of movement, can really draw you into the story. And I do think that that's something which Madefire themselves on the platform. There are quite a few good horror comics which I think we'll be looking at in the coming weeks. So go back to this comic individually. Now it's the writers and the artists have done a really good job in setting up the world. You know who's the baddie, basically. You know about what's going to go on, but there are little touches where things are popping up popping up at you that show you quite a lot about what's going on within the story, and that's quite a fun little treat, I must say. I like the depiction of the dolphins, and I think it's quite a nice thing. They're quite interesting, just the facial characteristics, the scars, the fact that they're trying to give them a life. Now obviously it sounds a bit stupid, but the motion in the Motion comic is depicted really well, as you can see from the explosion that's just gone on and all things like that. So it really does a good job of keeping your eyes entertained all the time. Some people might not like the fact that there's generally a panel design. As you can see, the panels change variably, so they will start off in the middle and then come across. But I think that again it's a different type of expression of the medium, and I do as you're reading it, it does carry your eye and it does make you look. Now I'm seeing this at the moment on my home my PC screen, and it looks really good at home. But then when I look at it in my tablet as well, I can't say anything different. That just has that little spark of capturing your eye. Digital comics, these are Motion comics, I suppose, as opposed to digital comics. But are Motion comics everybody? Not sure. I don't think that these are going to replace the paper stock. I think that they're a good addition to the medium. I don't think they're going to become the be all and end all. Just basically because there are times where if it was, then we would only have something like just say TV or cartoons. We wouldn't have books and things like that. And I do think that to say one medium's going to win over is probably the wrong thing to say. I do believe though there is a strong place for things like the Motion comics and digital comics in their full medium, as you probably know if you're a long-term reader or listener or even watcher these days. So this is coming to the end of Rad now. I must say that, as I said, this is a video, so please allow the fact that it does move on a little bit at a pace, and sometimes you don't get to appreciate the artwork. But do take a look on, on our site, or go to Madefire and take a look as well. And on that note, I'd say it definitely is an issue worth checking out. It's got a nice little twist, as you're about to see in the end. Even that mid-section twist was quite cool as well. But I'm going to leave you with quite an impressive last image. And there it is. And thank you very much for watching. Good night, and please check back for more looks on motion comics and our usual looks at comics as well. Thank you very much. Take care, and good night.